My name is Carla Wakefield, and this presentation is on current leadership scandals in the business world. Throughout history, we have seen a plethora of leaders, both good and bad, some ethical and some unethical. It is important to understand the background and historical perspective of corporate greed, as well as our current leadership crisis. Once that is determined, one can better understand how we got to this point of unethical leadership and corporate scandals, and where we go from here. We need to understand current business accounting practices as well. Then, and only then, can we make an informed decision as to how we, as leaders, should base our decisions in a world full of shame and scandal. Since the Enron, WorldCom, and Dinergy scandals, there has been a need for new regulation. Out of this came the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002. SOX, as it is known, was enacted as a response to the misconduct of top executives as a means of protecting investors. The Enron scandal shed light on the lack of transparency regarding organizations' accounting practices. Additional scandals since then include WorldCom, Tyco, HealthSouth, Freddie Mac, American International Group, Lehman Brothers, and Bernie Madoff. These scandals are due to the unethical decisions made by unethical leaders. Enron executives hid debt. WorldCom executives underreported costs. Tyco had unethical accounting practices. HealthSouth falsified transactions. Freddie Mac misstated earnings. AIG inflated stock prices. Lehman Brothers disguised loans. Bernie Madoff partook in Ponzi schemes, and Satyam falsified revenues. This is not an exhaustive list by any means. The question then is how we got here. These scandals appear to be the result of corporate greed. Mukherjee indicates that not only has leadership failed, but the board of directors have failed in hiring unethical leaders. Several of these scandals have allowed top executives to pocket profits. On the scandal side, we include incidents of financial fraud, embezzlement, investment schemes, tax evasion, etc. The next question is where we go from here. We must focus our attention on hiring ethical leaders. We must enact stronger regulations as well as enforce those already in place. We need to draw on our past experiences as well as history to make ethical decisions. We need to be leaders who are authentic and are servant leaders. Leaders and top executives who make unethical decisions must be held accountable. A culture of ethical values starts at the top and flows throughout an organization. Unethical business accounting is like a house of cards ready to fall at any moment. There are not enough regulations or enforcement of the current regulations to put any fear into organizations to sway them from making unethical decisions. The scandals continue to be forefront in the news. Current business accounting practices are maintaining multiple ledgers while keeping accurate statements on separate Excel spreadsheets. These are kept off the books. They reallocate funds between departments to make themselves look profitable, and they let potential whistleblowers go before they can obtain information needed to blow the whistle. It would seem the next potential business crisis could be in the healthcare insurance industry. Consumers, the employers and employees alike, are investing hundreds of thousands of dollars annually without completely capitalizing on their investment. This increase in revenue, along with the decrease in reimbursement rates, is providing massive profits to insurance providers. As of August 2nd, 85 publicly traded companies have amassed $47 billion of global profit of $545 billion of global revenue in the second quarter. Until we stop hiring unethical leaders, we will not stop the scandals. We must stop the greed, cut costs, stabilize our economy, and find a way to decrease the national debt. Romans 13, 1-4 reminds us of the need to follow the laws set forth accordingly and that we are accountable for the choices we make. It does not mean that we will not make mistakes, just the opposite. However, when we make mistakes, we must correct them. In conclusion, we must remember that ethical leaders will propel organizations into the future, while unethical leaders can make organizations fall like a house of cards. If we do not stabilize our economy, we risk a national meltdown. However, if we listen to the advice given in Luke 16:10, we will be well prepared. One who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much.